Live.
Hey ghouls!
Hello everyone!
Welcome to Girls, Gore, and Gin. I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
Welcome to another day in the neighborhood. And if you guys want to go to Instagram Live, you go to Instagram Live, but you should stay here.
Stay here.
No. But subscribe on Instagram. We need it.
Hi Instagram.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
So tonight we'll be talking about currently active serial killers. Yeah, there's quite a bit. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Because we got other shit to talk about first.
Like, would you rather watch a loved one be murdered on repeat every day? Or would you rather kill them one time just to avoid ever seeing them die ever again? But you won't be killing them on repeat. You'll just kill them once, and then they'll be done.
Huh. But then you gotta live with the memory, though, of you killing them.
Yeah, but then if you watch them murdered every single day, that's gonna fuck you up.
I think you fucked either way, girlfriend.
It's a fucked up question.
Right?
I don't know. I would say that I would just murder them once, just so I don't ever have to do it. Watch them be murdered every single day, because after a while, yeah, it would be sad. But like, you get to spend, say, in this scenario, I would say you get to spend the day with them, and then at the end of the day, it's like,
look at the flowers.
They're
euthanize
murdered.
them.
Yeah.
We'll take you on a little road trip. We'll get you some McDonald's. We'll play in the park.
And then some dude jumps out of the park and murders them. And then it happens like like that, I haven't seen it yet, but there's a horror film about a girl who, the birthday one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
Happy
it.
Death Day.
Happy Death Day. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. But that inspired this question. So,
okay.
yeah.
Do we have anybody who's watching right now?
Yeah.
Because we can't see.
1/redneck 1 said, damn, that's a tough question to answer.
It's difficult.
And he said first. Good job. Thank you. Appreciate that. That first comment of the day.
Hey.
That is a difficult question, though. What
would you say, Miguel?
Which family member is it? Do I get a pick?
That's a good question.
The one you love the most.
Because it's Frankie, like we hang out, but he dies every day.
Because your loved one, so someone obviously that you love, not just like someone that, oh, this person's cool.
I'm thinking family member right now. Yeah. Yeah, I would. If it was Frankie, like if he dies on a repeat every day, he'd be like Kenny from South Park. It's kind of cool.
Like a cartoon movie.
Yeah. But if it was like one of my younger, I'd be really sad either way. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's horrible. What about you, Peanut?
Oh, I'd kill him.
I'd kill him. He'd smother me with a pillow in my sleep.
Like, sleep.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that funny.
Sleep.
He would too.
Jeez.
I bet now he's thinking of creative ways to kill me.
Well, if he only gets to do it once versus on repeat, then it's got to be creative, right? Come on.
Yeah, I give it that, yeah.
No, I don't think I could handle that. Watching it over and over and over and over. I couldn't handle that.
Have you guys seen that the Black Mirror episode where they trap that person's consciousness in a computer?
Yes.
And then they force it to like live by itself for like 100 years or something?
Oh, no, I'm thinking a different one.
It was crazy. John Hamm's in that one. And
weird.
It's kind of mind-blowing at the same time. It's like, I know I'm not a computer, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not that scared.
Did you see the one where the boyfriend or the husband dies or whatever, and they download his memory into an app or some shit, and then she like talks to it off and on? It's like one of the first few ones, I think. And then she uploads his body into like a little like from the Matrix in the little sacks.
Weird.
Yeah, it was like a body that got his memory and everything downloaded into it.
People are on their way to doing that shit.
Oh yeah, Elon Musk's already got that shit down.
He's on his like fourth body, I bet you.
Probably.
Oh my God.
He leaves the other ones on Mars.
That's where all the elite are gonna go whenever the world's blown up. Whenever the world goes to shit, all the people with money are gonna go to Mars, and they're just not telling us about it.
Yeah.
How awesome would it be if they like jumped the gun though, and they all take off and they just leave the Earth, and it's like, oh, the Earth is fine. Well, now you guys are just gone.
They still need us guinea pigs to be stupid enough to pay for it to go there and figure out if it's gonna work or not first. They're not gonna just risk that shit.
That's a good point.
The money is here.
That is
Can we
solid.
send a serial killer with them?
Ooh. I just thought of the deadliest or the most dangerous game.
Shit. Just not tell anyone who the killer is.
Mm-hmm.
Best game of, oh damn, what's that party game? Is it called Murder?
Clue?
Kind of like Clue,
Oh,
but it's like interactive people versus a board. One person's a murderer, one person's a detective. I think it's just called Murder.
Well, like an actual game, or is it like a type of game,
It's
like the murder mystery games? Because it reminds me of the one on The Office.
I think more like that. Yeah, I think you're on the right track because I cannot remember the name. It's terrible.
It's like a murder mystery dinner party type thing that
Oh.
you can do. Yeah.
That would be fun just to have to do.
They don't have those in Bakersfield, do they?
Not as far as I know. Hey, we could be the first.
Wait, wasn't Tony gonna do one a while back, or it was something weird like that, or just like
Ever ago, yeah.
Yeah.
He can help us plan it.
yeah.
And by the way, Joe and Lauren, y'all know me from Facebook Live days as Michael McDonald. Hey, I remember you.
Was it McDonald or McDougald?
McDougal?
McDougald.
McDougald.
We still know who you were.
We remember you. I'm teasing Migs because you messed up your name.
Have to.
We had this conversation before too. I remember we were like, "How the fuck do you say this guy's name? Is it Dougald? Dougals?" Like
Doubles?
Doubles.
I didn't say Dougals. I know for a fact I never Dougled.
I know, but
No one needed to teach me how to Doug.
oh my god.
I went there. I'm doing a little bit of sharing to the groups.
Right on.
Good. Do your fucking job, Miguel.
McDougal. Thank you. All right, perfect.
Dougal.
All right.
Thank you.
Cool. So
Appreciate
Exactly what you did last time, too.
yeah, he had to correct
Damn
us.
Fuck.
My bad, dude.
That one's on me.
Yeah, Miguel's bad.
Yeah.
It's always on Miguel. Ugh, you ready for some strange news? Actually, I think this one's kind of funny, and I have to keep looking at the name because I just cannot believe this is this man's name. But it happened a few days ago in New York. A 25-year-old male named Valerie Pollock. In his vehicle, he had it kind of souped up a little bit with the light bars and all that other shit.
The LEDs,
Yeah.
the LEDs or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, well, he decided to pull over this larger van. And when he went up to the van to be like, hey, I'm a cop, let me see what you get. They're like, yeah, we're all like cops from the electronic division. Like, you know, like they get into the computers and shit for evidence and whatever.
Yeah, the hackers.
Yeah.
The cops
Cybercrime.
hackers.
Yeah. And then he was all like, oh shit. And then like takes off, gets in his car, like fucking books it across traffic, like cutting people off to get away from the fucking cops because they were like, we know this guy's a stupid asshole, so we're gonna go get him. He was arrested for impersonating an officer, you know, like pretty much endangering other people's lives, all this other shit. And evading arrest, some shit like that. But
because he ran.
Because he ran.
Yeah,
And they arrested him and they let him out, but he's got to go back to court. But I would say that's kind of scary though if you think about that. I mean, I know the story itself is hilarious, but if you think about it, how many people have pretended to be a police officer just to pull somebody over to rob them or rape them or murder them or do something crazy? So I wonder what this guy's motives really were, whether or not it was just to be a stupid asshole because he thought he was being funny, or if he had something more malicious and he just got caught because he's stupid.
You know, there have been cases where like these fake cops, like these dudes will dress up as cops and pull women over and rape them.
Yeah.
And like I've read about cases like that where like I think the dude finally got caught, but like you don't just pull over for anyone. Like pull over like under a light. They can't get you in trouble for going to where there's light, to where, you know, if you feel more comfortable going somewhere, like I'm not gonna stop in the middle of the fucking road.
You get a lot of cops though that like if you do pull over into like a gas station or something like that, you pull into a parking lot, like they get pissed because they're like, oh well, we have, every right to believe that you may be going to that parking lot to meet somebody to help harm us, or you may be getting out so you get enough time to get a weapon.
That's just what they say.
Yeah.
At that point,
some cops like to fuck with people.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
At that point, just keep your hands on the steering wheel if you pull into PSA. It's helped me out a lot. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Let them approach the car, and then let them give you instructions. Don't be an asshole and make quick movements and shit, because that's how you get shot.
That's how you scare them, is with quick movement.
Yeah.
They're kind of
That would
skittish.
suck if you had Tourette's.
Oh god.
Oh fuck. How would you be able to drive?
Yeah.
It
Well, I
depends
guess
on
in
how
like real
severe
severe
it is.
cases, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like the physical or the verbal tics or
Well,
whatever.
even if you have a physical, but I mean, it's like if it's like a minor one, because I have a friend of mine that has Tourette's, and he has those little tics where his head would like kind of shake every now and then. But I've seen some cases of Tourette's where it is a full body movement type spasm.
Oh wow.
There's a
In that
guy,
case.
Ethan Klein. He does the H3 podcast. He has Tourette's like in his eyebrows. So I had you watch the.
Oh yeah.
He
Like,
literally
was
has
so
Tourette's,
interested.
and like his eyebrows move all crazy, and like he can't control it.
And I had no
So-
clue. I just thought he was really into like what he was talking about, and like I was
He's
like,
just super dramatic.
like your face is distracting me. Like I can't concentrate on what you're trying to tell us.
No, he's super sweet though. From what I gather,
Watch
he's-
it on mute and try to figure out what he's saying.
it's like, a lot of people comment like, "Is he doing Morse code with his eyebrows?" Like,
Oh wow.
it's funny.
It's unfair.
He laughs about it. I
That's
guess.
good. That's good. I was gonna say I hope he doesn't like get butthurt over shit people say.
He talks a lot of shit about pretty ridiculous things. So,
Okay.
hi everyone, Photo Candy, Jessie Nahara. Okay, hi, and
Hello.
Janie / joined on Instagram. Hi, I'm gonna wave at you. Hello. Thank you for watching. Definitely watch on YouTube too. This is fine for now. But sorry, I'm talking to Instagram real quick.
Yeah,
this is
sorry,
fine
we're
for now.
gonna ignore you for a second.
This is cool too. No, we appreciate any platform. Eventually we'll figure out how to link all the stuff so you can watch on.
That's the only I can't link
Whatever.
to Instagram.
Yeah, well maybe I don't know.
Yeah, so
Go to
for
YouTube.
all of you on Instagram, you should go over to YouTube and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And for all of you on YouTube, you should go over to Instagram and
Look at our
follow.
pictures.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff on there that you're not going to see on Facebook or on Instagram itself or
Yeah,
YouTube.
YouTube,
I mean,
there's really
sorry.
not. I mean, I guess people post just photos on YouTube. That's kind of
It-
weird
Very
though.
rare.
It
Yeah.
looks kind of weird now. Like if the app on the phone, it kind of starts looking like Facebook and Instagram, where it's got like your story and shit.
Yeah, I
Or the
noticed
I was
that.
like,
It's weird. It's all probably owned by the same people.
oh yeah.
Lily,
So the
go
world's
lay down.
I
Come on,
love
baby.
you.
We love you, but go lay down. She wants to be in the middle of everything. I would let her be on the show if she wasn't so. And she's hot, like physically
I know, she
warm.
got a lot of. She does.
And her hot breath. My dog.
She's like, hello.
Joey got in an argument with some lady on fucking, what was it, KTLA or the Kern News or whatever. I don't know, some lady saying that pit bulls are dangerous and like
Is that
they should
who you
all
were
be
talking
put
to?
down. And
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know who she was. I was
it's
like,
just
yeah.
some random stranger that he argues with. He likes to fight with people.
I
online.
had a lot of fun with it. I was like, God, that was the most ignorant, stupid thing that I'd seen all damn day. Actually, I think now that after a week has passed, that was the stupidest thing I've seen all week.
Oh, jeez.
Like
Probably.
this lady,
She's rude.
Yeah.
this lady needs to go inside a big box that's in the middle of the desert, and that's where she needs to reside. Is in a box in the desert, far away from people, because she shouldn't even be around anything.
Well, why should you have any thoughts for yourself when you're paid to talk about somebody else's thoughts or somebody else's agenda? Why would you have your own when you're paid say somebody else did? You said she was on the news, right?
No. She was
just a commenter on it. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I
it
thought
was
you
on a.
that one that you saw where she
Yeah.
was saying about having to euthanize all pit bulls because
Yeah.
they're vicious dogs and they kill thousands every year. It's like, God.
Didn't you say she was some reporter or something like that, or what?
No,
was she?
it was on the news.
It was on the news
post.
site.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the
Okay.
news post.
My bad, I got confused. I was like,
They were talking
like
about-
really? Like they're paid to read other people's shit. Like, so my bad.
Yeah, no, they were.
That's cool. She's still dumb, bitch.
That particular post was about the city putting restrictions on breeders.
Mhm.
Well, absolutely, they should have that. But.
I didn't. Yeah, they really should, because that shit gets out of hand, and I don't think it's really right either. But I mean, people do what they're gonna do. Not a law saying you can't do it, so whatever.
Whoa. He's moving stuff around over there.
It's haunted. Got anything interesting going on the YouTube live?
Yeah, real quick. A comment about that guy's name. He's probably Russian descendant, like former pro hockey
Yeah.
Valerie Burr, Russian Rocket.
Gotcha.
Okay, that makes sense. That kind of.
Aren't there only like a few names in Russia? Like nobody had. It's not like America where they choose like crazy, outrageous names for their kids,
Well,
like
not even
Starlight,
kid.
Moonshine,
Princess
whatever the fuck.
Beyonce and shit.
Yeah, they only have like Katerina, Vladimir, like just
7
plain
million
Igor.
Putins.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know.
I will say, yeah, not many people go around, oh, my daughter's Sandstorm and my son's Strawberry Alarm Clock.
You stole that
one.
one.
That's
You
from-
stole that one.
That's John Mulaney's
He was talking about drag queens, though.
drag queens, yeah.
I don't really think he's.
That's why, yeah,
funny.
Strawberry Alarm Clock is going to be a drag queen when he grows up.
I think he tries to be Jerry Seinfeld too much.
I love John Mulaney.
Me
He's
too.
hilarious. What were we talking about? Yeah,
Names.
the tangent is gone.
That's okay.
Yeah, America has the weirdest names. I don't think other countries, they like their kids, it seems, give them normal names.
Oh.
America just hates their kids. Oh,
No, America likes to fuck their children. That's what happens here.
Yep.
We're saying figures.
Oh, sure.
We'll go with that.
Sure. Either way. Whatever.
All right. What's next on the docket?
A John Doe was found in September 2003 in Escobedo, Mexico. He was wanting a snack after his, I don't know how many beers he's had at this point. Super drunk off of his nice cervezas. He stumbled over to a beehive, and over thousands of bees swarmed him, and anaphylactic shock fucking killed this guy. He would have lived a long, normal life had he just not fucked with the bees. Well, had he not wanted a snack, I guess. So,
Weed kills.
Just
Yeah.
dumbass.
Lily, I think my dog farted.
Well, it was not me, so it might have been Miguel. I'm gonna go with that.
He looks healthy.
He
Juna.
does.
Did you say you do not fart?
He
No, I said I
toots.
didn't even do nothing.
That's what
Oh.
ladies do. They
No.
toot.
Prostitute.
Yeah, prostitutes. Oh my god. I was prostitutes. The way it said, but I was with my dad one time when I was about 15 or 16 years old, and we were driving down Union Avenue, and there was this normal size man and a very, very, very tiny full grown woman.
Uh-oh.
Like tiny. So I started laughing, and my dad's like, "What's so funny?" I was like,
Like
"Does that-"
Lollipop Guild tiny?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
got
was
it.
like, "Does that?" I said, "Since she's so small, does that make her a prostitute?" Like, grab tote her around.
Boo.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Boo. She's trying to make a living. Boo.
Bravo. Bravo.
Sorry, I thought it was funny. My dad thought it was funny too.
We're like,
I
fuck
like
all of you guys.
Yeah, you just pick her up, tote her with you.
Oh my
Prostitute.
Oh, the big one just said, I could go for a snack. Well, then don't go to the beehive at least. Wait till someone harvests the goddamn honey.
Yeah.
And then she said the lollipop killed. I think the last of the lollipop kids died like a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Diabetes.
Diabetes? No, old age. Holy fuck.
You'd expect the people who live for lollipops, they're probably gonna get some diabetes.
Oh my
They're
God.
missing some feats.
Hola, Kenny _0811.
Mark says, "Gotta love them midgets." I agree.
Apparently, that's not politically correct anymore. I rule. People called me midget my whole fucking life. I'm not like.
Miguel.
I'm not angry. What? I'm 4'10". Like you can't.
Really?
Oops. I really like. Yeah.
I would have thought you were like seriously. Like I thought you were like 5'1".
Oh, in,
Yeah.
I was
in
like-
pictures, I probably look about 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
It's just angles. I'm really tiny.
What's the
really
cutoff?
small.
There's got to be a legal cutoff, right?
Well, you have to have like a medical condition. Obviously, I don't have a medical condition. I'm just small.
Okay.
So
Well, not being able to reach the food, like that's a medical condition for me. Like I gotta fucking eat.
like I gotta eat.
I'm tired of waiting for shit to fall off the floor of the table.
Do they have like a little step stool with the little white guy on the wheelchair inside places? Like handy capable right there, boom.
It's a little dude on a ladder.
Yeah.
Handy capable. Handy capable.
What do you call it? It's a real term.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, actually.
Aye,
Yeah. Oh my god. We're learning some very important things today, guys.
Little people is supposed to sound better, I think.
Does
Yeah,
that,
I know what it's called. I know what we're supposed to call them.
would
but
that make you
I'd
feel
rather
better
not call
though?
them that.
Would that make you feel better though? Like, have you guys seen the Bagel Boss guy who goes crazy on everybody and then someone knocks him over? Because he's like 4'10" as well, like that, and he just starts cussing at people because he's short.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Watch. You gotta watch the video.
Okay.
He starts cussing at people, and then he gets in this one guy's face, who's easily like 6 foot. And then the guy won't do anything, but another guy gets tired of it and he throws him to the ground and just kind of holds him there. And then there was a big old controversy because he hit this guy.
Oh.
Who's being an asshole? Do you think calling him a little person would have de-escalated that? Like, don't worry, little guy.
LPs.
No. Yeah, he's gonna be pissed you call him that.
Kenny wants to know what's going on here. Fuckery.
A lot of shit.
Fuckery. We just happened to go off on a tangent. So.
From serial killers to midgets.
Hey, because sometimes shit starts in places.
I
So
think Richard's got the best one. I also heard them referred to as bite size.
fun size.
Fun. I like fun
Like
size.
snack size.
Yeah.
I've heard everything. Like none of this stuff offends me anymore. I'm just
So if you get like a
mm,
group of short people together, is that shareable? Like we have the new containers. Where it's like
shareable.
a little bit bigger than a normal candy bar. It's called shareable.
It's a party pack.
It's
Nice.
always a party.
Always tell people I have. I always tell people I have CP. I'm not PC. Oh my god, Mark.
Oh. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Are we ready? Ready? Are you ready?
I mean, I thought we were gonna like flow into it, but if you guys want
I
to,
don't think we can flow from that.
There's one flow.
Yeah, we can maybe if we were Mark Wheels, we'd kind of roll.
Oh
Maybe.
my god,
Maybe.
you guys are terrible.
That's what we're here for. So we know there's sick people in the world.
we wouldn't have a show if there weren't.
Yeah, so we want to thank each and every one of you sick fucks out there because we wouldn't have a job.
Yay.
But no, apparently we still have serial killers in the world.
And they're everywhere.
Don't die, I can't do this shit by myself. I struggle enough.
I got bronchitis.
Aww.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We need some of them black market Chinese lungs.
No, I really did get bronchitis, and I guess once you get it, it doesn't go away.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it doesn't.
Yeah. Seriously, if you don't like it, then leave. Like, are you being sarcastic or what? Like, I don't know. I can't tell with this guy. Anyway.
Jabronis everywhere.
But I think YouTube it is from now on.
Yeah, I don't know. I barely make it to Instagram. I copy and paste a lot of shit.
How much do you guys know about the smiley face murders?
I'm at
Anything?
Like he
zero.
left a
What?
smiley face after he killed people, didn't he?
Okay.
Like on the wall or wherever.
Something like that. Okay. So, throughout from about the 90s to the, I would say, I don't know, late 2000s, there have been about 45 college-age men, athletic, intelligent, well-liked, very happy dudes, supposedly drowned in the Midwest, like around rivers, large bodies of water around the Midwest area. And a lot of these dudes are being found with, like their bodies kind of messed up or whatever, but no water in their lungs, which is isn't that what happens when you drown? Like water in your lungs. A retired detective, Kevin Gannon, and Anthony Duarte, along with a criminal justice professor and gang expert at St. Cloud State University, were working on the case. They decided that, hey, this is too weird for this to be, just accidental. All these dudes, at least the three guys that were related to this case, their mothers went on Dr. Phil, and they talked about how, they found roofie in their system, but why would guys roofie themselves? You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are usually the ones giving out the roofies. I mean, let's think about it. It's how it is in college.
Unless you're Dahmer and you like.
Do you have a
boys
joke?
and girls.
You're itching to tell a joke. What?
A family story, family history.
Oh, about roofies and your family?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Neil.
My uncle was in the Army, and I guess they're handing those around, and his folks, his friends, and he gave some to my dad. He was like 16, and he's like, him and his friend, I don't remember his friend's name, they grew apart once my dad started having kids at like 18. But they're like, well, we're not going to use these. Let's take them and see what happens. So they roofied themselves. I mean, nothing bad happened, but like,
well,
right
of
now,
course, you fucking passed out. Like,
they both were like, just blam.
No.
The moment you guys said, like, unless you roofie yourself, apparently it does happen. Which is just embarrassing to admit.
I mean, come on. Like, these dudes were at parties. So if anybody's going to get roofied, it's going to be the girls at these parties. Statistically, that's usually just what happens.
Very true. Yeah.
So these guys, in one case, one of the victims went to go pee out at the river. He had just called his girlfriend and was like, hey, come pick me up. But he had to go pee. I guess he got back from somewhere. Or he was at a game. He was at like a football game or a hockey game or something like that. And he called his girlfriend, yeah, come get me. Like, yeah, he was a little intoxicated, but he had the sense to call his girlfriend and tell, say where he was. Yeah, so he went out, I guess there's a river nearby or some shit. I don't know. I guess wherever he had to go, I don't know. I don't remember the details on that part. Anyway, he went to go pee in a river, I guess, and his girlfriend was going to pick him up. And he went missing, and they found him not far away in the river. But like, that's the one where I said there was no water in his lungs. It looked like his knees had been fucked up, and there was like bruises on his face. So someone beat him up and like killed him and threw him in the river. That's what they're thinking. So, whoa, it's weird. So the reason why it's the smiley face killers, though, they think it's a group of people doing this, not just one person, like a gang. That's why they brought in the gang expert, because it's probably a group of people targeting these guys at different, like they're college guys. So they would graffiti smiley faces on the areas that the bodies were dumped or had believed to be dumped.
Okay.
And the investigators examined evidence from the 90s all the way until, so it's been happening for a long time. So over 45 bodies like that they found with this kind of evidence. The FBI's written it off, saying, oh, well, the smiley faces all look different. There's really no evidence to prove that this is all linked together.
So they're trying to say maybe there's copycat.
Yeah, because it's in different jurisdictions. Like, nobody's working together. Nobody's wanting to talk to each other to find out who the fuck these guys are.
No, not until somebody gets caught. Then everybody wants in on it.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it, say, like, a lot of places I would assume, like, if something goes wrong, then they look bad. Their community looks bad. The cops look bad. Like, if they make, like, a wrong arrest or, if, you know, something like that. If they don't want to make fools of their town. They don't want to make fools of their department. So, obviously, they're not going to, you know, just go off some crazy thought and dig into this stuff. But they're all, like, they all just chalked it up to, well, these guys are just drunk and they just drowned. Like, how is that? That's not possible. Like, with the smiley face thing, like, of course it might be multiple people, because if it's a gang, or I think maybe like a cartel of some sort, like I don't know, something weird. Because they're all like up, like middle to like upper class, like athlete dudes in college. So a lot of those guys like to do little, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some of them get involved in things they shouldn't in college, and it gets them into trouble. I mean, yeah, the drinking part. I don't know.
So you slipped the roofie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, accidents, separate cases. It seems way too unlikely to all be separate.
Yeah, in my opinion. I mean, because come on, they all have fucked up things on their body, and then they just drowned. That doesn't make sense. Like, another one said, oh yeah, he went to go pee in the river, but his pants were all zipped up when he was found. Like, he didn't just go pee and then fall in like they assumed. Like, his pants would have been down. You know, there's no, or not down, you know what I mean? Well, so, I don't know. Dude's pee.
Some pee pants all the way down. I'm not judging. I'm judging a little bit. That's kind of weird.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think if the FBI is like, no, then it's most likely that they don't want anybody investigating too much, because maybe they might be working on it. And they don't want anybody to mess with their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, I don't know, somebody's trying to cover something up, it seems.
They actually had another case just like that in England, because there are certain areas along the really shitty rivers, like that are gross from just years of people dumping on them.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That you walk home and they don't light them. They stop putting up street lights, and people will push other people in, and they drown. Usually because you're drunk stumbling home at night, and that's how they kill you. And apparently
That
they
water's so
think
nasty.
it's disgusting. But obviously some of them are just people being drunk falling in, and they can't prove the difference between which drowning is. But then in some cases, like you're saying, they were messed with beforehand. So it looks like they were either beaten or killed before they even went in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely something lining up. It's like, this isn't just coincidence.
Exactly.
And it isn't just random occurrences of violence. It's like they firmly believe somebody is committing these murders along very specific parts of the waterway. Because it's dark. They have repeated action, like similar to itself. And a few people who weren't drunk were just pushed in, and they were able to get themselves out because they still had their wits about them. And they reported someone is physically pushing them in the water.
Yeah, and it's
not
like,
just accident.
if you, too, like, if you're roofied, you're not going to be able to, like, really walk and go pee in the water. Like, somebody is going to have to kidnap you and carry you. Like, there's no way that you'd be fucking really walking around if you're roofied.
Yeah.
I would assume, right?
Yeah. I mean, after a while, you're just down, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah. So there's no way. I don't know.
That's
So they're
crazy.
still looking. These people. Well, nobody's really looking for the killers, but these retired dudes are. So that's cool.
How many people did you say? How many people there was that you go or no? Just a bunch, or was it
45 from the
Holy
90s?
shit.
Yeah, from the late 90s
That's
to
right.
the 2000s.
That's a lot. 'Cause
Yeah.
some of these guys don't. That when I was looking through them, some of them don't have very many before they just kind of stop.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are some like that where they've like.
Yeah, and they're
So
saying
annoying.
that because they think they don't think it's just one person. They think it's
Right.
a group of people because it makes sense with all the smiley faces being different
Right.
and all of that. So, yeah, it's crazy shit. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
If you're a white upper to middle to upper class college athlete, watch out.
you have one more thing to worry about because you're a white male.
No, this is happening mostly
you're already fucked because of your student debts.
yeah. Yeah, it's not happening here.
No.
No.
Okay.
I think there's too many safe spaces for murders in California. They can't get you because there's gun laws.
Oh yeah,
And,
because it's the gun laws that
you have
keep
to
us
be very
safe
safe.
here.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
anti-pushing, anti-loud noises areas,
Anti-bullying.
anti-bullying areas,
Anti-stabbing.
anti-everything in campuses nowadays.
Oh yeah.
So you're totally safe from everything. You're
Yeah.
totally fine.
Jeez
We
Louise.
banned rude behavior.
Criminals can't get guns.
No.
There's no way. So
They're not supposed to be called criminals anymore.
Wait, what?
what?
The
What?
privilege challenged.
Justice involved citizens.
Justice involved. Isn't that all of us? Who's been to the fucking DMV for anything?
That hurts my head.
Like-
Right there. Oh my
A
A
god.
ticket, maybe? That's
I just
Oh my
got 10
God.
points dumber.
Just I just threw up in my own soul.
my brain hurts.
Ugh. Let's go to more murder because we need to stop the
Right?
hurt, please.
Jeez Louise.
Any murders, please.
Shit. Well, this one, when I was going through a lot of the videos, I actually found a kind of like a commercial or preview, if you will,
Mhm.
for a Showtime documentary that's supposed to be coming out. This preview was dated like 2 weeks ago, so I don't know if it's out like now or if it's going to be out by the end of the year.
Okay.
But like I said, it's on Showtime, and it's called Murder on the Bayou, and it's about the Jeff Davis 8, and it was 8 women in Jeff Davis Parish, Louisiana.
Okay, I think I might have seen it.
Yeah.
It's part of a preview for it.
Oh, okay. It looked really good.
And their
I want to
boats,
see it.
swamp boats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I actually want to see it because there are more serial killer documentaries. Like it kind of seems like the genre shifted from vampires
it's a fad
and
right
zombies
now.
to like
The murder
slashers and
shit.
killers. Yeah.
Murder shit's a fad right now.
Murder porn.
Yeah.
And this one was actually kind of, I want to say newer
Mhm.
because the murders started in May of 2005.
Okay.
So about 15 years ago, rather than 30 or 40 years ago. Like I said, in Jeff Davis Parish, Louisiana, most of the bodies that were found, it was 8 women, younger women. One was a teenager, but I want to say she was like maybe 17.
Hmm.
Everyone else was a little older. Most of the bodies that were found, they were either asphyxiated or their throats were sliced, or it was just a straight OD. But a lot of them had drugs and alcohol in their systems heavily when they were found. They did have a man and his niece as potential suspects because of the statement of a woman who was running around with a lot of these girls. Because all these girls were prostitutes or drug addicts, and they all ran up and down the main street out there. So that's where all the fun happened, I guess. And this girl hung out with them because she was also a drug user and a prostitute. And she said she was coerced by the police to give a name because she said every time somebody made a comment about a new story from some other crackhead on the street, playing the telephone game basically, they would call her or try to take her in and just interrogate her more and more and more, which interests me a lot. But she ended up saying that Frankie Richard and his niece, what was her name? Did I write her name? I didn't write her name because she's not important. Anyway.
Some broad.
Right? When they were going to investigate this man and his niece, they were actually already locked up in separate jails. She was arrested maybe she was arrested on suspicion of this case, but he was already in jail for rape.
Oh, shit.
In another county.
Oh, okay.
So then they ended up bringing him in and like talking to him and interrogating him. And they kept him for a little while, let the niece go. They ended up keeping him a lot longer because he knew 4 out of 8 of the women that were murdered.
Oh, fuck.
And he had sexual relations with 3 of the 4, only because the 4th one was a 17-year-old. He's like, she was a little girl. He goes, these other women, he goes, they were women. They knew what they were doing. When you get into the drug scene, like sex kind of comes with it.
Oh my God.
You kind of trade yourself for the high in a way, I guess, because you're a woman. But
Damn.
after a while, I guess the lady said she couldn't sleep. The lady who kind of like ratted on him or whatever, she said she couldn't sleep. She was feeling super guilty. Ended up retracting her statement saying, I was kind of put up by the cops for it. I watched a news article or a news segment too, where they were interviewing her. She looked high as fuck.
Cops kind of do that though. Like they'll take it. I feel like they would take advantage of her being fucked up.
Oh, I'm sure.
But at the same time, it's like, aren't there laws against using their testimony if they're fucked up, like their confession or whatever? Like if they're high,
but this fucked up. All this
I don't know how much of that is true. But if they're
Miranda rights, then no.
Really,
Yes.
that's crazy that that's even a thing. I don't know where I heard it or why I heard that it was illegal for them to use anything if the person is
under the influence.
Yeah.
Good. No.
because they're not in their right mind. How are they gonna? Or is that for the lawyers
The lawyers
to work
can
out?
rip
Huh?
that apart. And
That's
they
what
no
it
longer
is.
Turn into a credible eyewitness.
That's what it was.
Okay. Things kind of got interesting too because the victim number 6, like I said, they were all pretty much street roamers in a sense or another.
Yeah.
She actually had said something to a few family members and friends after the 5th girl was found. She said, I have a feeling that I'm going to be next only because I know all of these girls. And sure as shit, like real quick, she was the next one and she was gone.
That's really sad.
Yeah, it's really sad, but she kind of predicted what was going to happen to herself. And then another interesting thing, one of the deputies that was on the case, for some reason or another, they really can't figure out why. They say it was like, a mistake or whatnot. But a sheriff's deputy had actually bought one of the vehicles that ended up being involved in 3 of the girls' disappearance. He bought it. I want to say he bought it from somebody who was an inmate in the prison at one point. He bought it and then cleaned it real quick.
I wonder if those girls were like,
might have been the cops like pushing shit around to people, and then like shit started getting out of hand, and they didn't want it to come back to them, so they started covering it up. I don't know.
Or the smiley face dudes. Maybe the cops are protecting.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
groups. All kinds of shit that goes on. Like
that's why they're writing it off. Maybe like people are paying them off to like just run their little drug thing.
Yeah. Well, the guy, Frankie Richard, the guy who they were suspected of it because of this woman's testimony,
right.
He was totally cooperative with them. He gave a DNA sample. He did a polygraph test. Everything cleared him. And so they ended up just go ahead and letting him go, like completely. This girl that made that false statement, what was her name? Chaston was her last name. Lydia? Tracy. Oh, it's Tracy Chaston. They said basically they're just going to start keeping an eye on her like throughout the entire rest of the investigation. Mm-hmm. Oh, there was like thousands of dollars that came up missing out of the freaking investigation locker too.
Is that cop? He used it to buy the car.
Yeah, that's probably what he did.
He probably used it to buy the fucking car because maybe it had evidence in it or something.
Yeah, because he cleaned it right away because they were like, it was cleaned before it was sold to the officer. Then the officer cleaned it afterwards.
Maybe the cop was like, hey bitch, suck my dick and I'll give you this confiscated meth or some shit, and like
here, and
he
throws it on
killed
the
her
seat.
in the car or something, and then
Oh
I don't know.
my gosh, I don't know, but what was it? He didn't even get fired or anything for like the ethics board got involved, and they fined him. They gave him a fine of $10,000, and he was removed from the case itself.
Huh.
And that was it. He got to keep his job and probably the truck. I don't know.
That usually happens.
Yeah.
They get to keep their job.
Yep. But I'm waiting. I want to look into more and see when this documentary comes out. It's going to be on Showtime, and it's called Murder on the Bayou.
I gotta watch that.
So-
Where's my pin?
I got a pin if you need it. But yeah, I'm waiting for that one to come out. I really want to see it. It looks really good. And then from what I got from the stories, the collections to make one little story for you guys, it sounds really interesting on top of that. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering how that turns out. You know what though? They're starting to catch people more and more, especially with the whole. I'm still laughing at most of the people who did that stupid ass 23andMe. Like, oh my god, I see, like, am I like part Cherokee or like Spaniards or my family is like African American, so
I think most people might do it maybe secretly because they want to see how much black they have in their genes. I really think that's what people do it for. They're like, oh, did my family own slaves? I don't know, I'm scared.
Was that part of the problem or part of the solution?
Was I a victim? I don't know.
Yeah. Shit.
That's
Yeah.
a joke. Don't get pissed.
Yeah. Calm down, you two. Don't get excited.
It's okay. We're not famous enough for people to give a shit.
Yeah. In 10 years, they're going to be pulling these videos up somewhere. Like, we've erased them. And they're like, oh, no. I found this me. Lauren's a racist and Joe's a homophobe. I'm just kidding. Jeez Louise. Yeah, but no, like I said, I'm noticing that they've been catching people more and more. And they have kind of come out a little bit. They've been getting it off the 23andMe because people weren't, really signing consent forms, I guess.
Oh.
Saying you can't share it. Or it said something on there that if your information would be shared to a third party person and all these.
Who's the third party?
The ones buying it out to find out if you're a killer or not.
Is it genetic?
Yeah, the 23andMe.
Well,
that's how they caught the Golden State Killer. Was through that 23andMe.
Oh yeah.
shit.
Okay, DNA. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking like, wait, is like serial killing genetic?
Oh, I guess
that's
I got what you're
the
saying.
gene for a serial killer.
They actually use a different one. That was an open source one because everyone who put theirs into, they tell you every time, hey, this is open to
Okay, that's
anyone to
what it
look
was.
at because that's how you find more people.
Mm-hmm.
23andMe doesn't share information.
Okay, which one was the other one? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
There was
the name
a couple of them that was out there.
That will share your information right away.
Yeah.
They tell you ahead of time, but it's still not smart to do what you're being told. Hey, we're going to share all this very personal information, and then go ahead and do it. Yeah, not brilliant.
But yeah, I know somebody whose father turned out to be a serial killer and rapist, and he was actually caught through that DNA shit.
Oh,
when they started doing it, because they save your shit.
Oh.
Because one day they might be able to use it to catch your ass.
I mean, think super bad, They thought they were,
there's semen on everything.
That might just be still. You never know.
Yeah.
And speaking of the killer gene or a murderer gene, they're doing a lot of human testing on like genetically modifying people now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it'd be beneficial to find that gene to get rid of it, or can we put it into like a group of super soldier babies and like have them go crazy on the other people?
No, I don't know. I think the government is, of course, like somebody's gonna find a way to monopolize it, so that you're gonna have to pay the astronomical amounts of money to even be able to afford to look at it. Look in its direction. You gotta pay.
Jeez.
Like, I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know.
I don't know.
The technology is definitely there. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no.
But the technology is there, but I don't think we're gonna have access to it for a while.
Hell no. I'm trying to share all that shit.
And I think once we do, it's going to be only the elite are going to have access to it.
Yep. I agree with that. Even if it does get down to our levels, it won't be the same kind of treatment.
Of course.
Oh yeah, you can change your eye color. Oh, they can fly now. But don't worry, you can have flawless skin. They're gonna live to 170. Richard says the Golden State Killer was finally caught within the past year after a book that came out had a lot of information about him.
It was the book. Yeah.
Written by
Patton Oswalt's wife who
passed
passed
away. Yeah, she put in so much effort into that, and I hope she can, wherever she is, she can see her work because she really did contribute so much to that.
Well, then whose was it? Because I know about that part too. I want to say it was. I don't know. I could absolutely be wrong, but the Golden State Killer was that found through the DNA of like a nephew or some shit like that.
Same guy.
Okay.
Just that they were able to like actually make sure everything stuck.
Because of that book.
Yeah, because of her, there was more reason to go after that kind of stuff again. Like it was out of everybody's mind, you know. And her book gave permission to go back and look into it again. You know, it gave reason to.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, it doesn't matter how much evidence they have. If no one's looking, no one's looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely a huge good thing.
Where are we at? Almost there. Just 7 minutes.
Oh shit.
Or 4 more minutes or 1 more minute.
Real quick, I want to go over this one real quick because it was crazy to me. I'll save this one for later. So February 9th killer. This one's not really like this one. I'm kind of like, I don't think it's really related. I think it might just be a coincidence. But then again, who knows? February 9th killer. The name came from the murders being 2 years apart, but on the exact same day. And both women were murdered by a 20-something-year-old Hispanic male. In 2006, Sonia Mejia and her unborn baby were murdered. She was strangled in her apartment. And in 2008, that was in Taylorsville, Utah. In 2008, Damiana Castillo in West Valley City, she was also murdered, strangled in her apartment. And they're linked through the DNA of this guy, but I don't know if I would really consider it a serial killing because those were the only two. And there were 2 years, serial killers.
I thought it was 3 people or more, wasn't it?
I guess does Utah count the unborn baby as?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
That's what I'm thinking too, yeah.
Yeah, they might.
I don't know. I mean, she was only 8 weeks along, as far as I know, right? 8 weeks or 8 months? I think it was 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the laws. Not for you.
I'm trying to keep up with my own damn state. I'm trying to worry about everybody else's bullshit.
So in 2018, though, the DA, Sam Gill, said that they supposedly caught the suspect. He's just in a different jurisdiction, and they're in the process of expediting him over to Utah to be faced with murder charges. But they didn't give out a name. They didn't really give out anything.
They're full of shit. They got nothing.
Yeah,
they don't want to spoil it because they got nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I think it was bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, this one doesn't seem... They probably don't have anything. They're probably just going to frame this dude for this because how many fucking 20-something-year-old Hispanic males are running around? You know what I mean?
Well, serial killers usually start in like their late 20s, early mid-30s, isn't it? Like on the average or whatever?
Yeah.
I think so.
Like, I don't think there's really any of them that start in their early 20s.
There's not that many go-getters in the
I mean, at
Like,
that time,
so-
they're probably like killing animals still.
Yeah. Or just at least getting the courage to plot about how they're going to kill a girl. I don't know.
Oh my God. Probably at this time it's probably like assault charges, like they beat someone.
Yeah, exactly. It
Or
hasn't
they're like
escalated that
stealing
far.
from stores and shit.
Stealing
like
panties and shit.
20-somethings, like I don't know. I think mid to late 20s is when they usually start the murders. I don't know. We do a lot of fucking killers,
Yeah.
so we're just kind of going off of what we've studied so
I
far.
don't think there's been many that are young like that.
Oh wait, child killers. We'll have to do
but
an
they're
episode
little
on-
though.
we'll have
They're
to do an episode on that shit.
yeah,
for
yeah.
Children are the worst.
They
No murder.
are. They're the worst.
Richard, sorry, not Richard, Joshua says, sorry I'm late, had back to school night. I'd rather kill once, like pulling the plug eventual situation.
Oh yeah, for those of you
yeah.
that joined, as we're wrapping up pretty much, right? We just have a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so every week I do a poll. Would you rather watch your loved one be murdered on repeat every day at the end of the day, or would you rather kill them once yourself? You have to kill them. Would you rather kill them one time to never have to witness them die ever again, even if they, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, just to never have to see it again. What do you think? Just let me know
In the comments below.
Yeah, for as hard a question that is, yeah, I'd probably just kill him once myself.
Yeah, I think so. You and Peanut are passing out over there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes.
So it's 8 o'clock. You're
Starting to
passing
feel-
out
I'm
over
starting to feel
here.
it too. I'm tired.
Man.
I've had a messed up week. Just everywhere.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Congratulations on your manager.
Huh?
Manager.
Oh, thank you. I see. I'm tired. I'm like, what's
Oh my
happening?
God, what?
Like, I've been working at the
Alright.
same place. What are you talking about? Just kidding.
Down and personal. We'll delete this if we have to, just in case you guys decide to start serial killing. But if you had to have a calling card left throughout the decades, and then that's the only way they could trace you, and then they don't even believe. Maybe they don't even believe you're a serial killer.
Calling card throughout
What
the
would you do?
decades?
Yeah. What would your little
Like
left-
leave a trinket or like a sort of like act that you do that's
Yeah,
specific?
like the wet bandits or the smiley face,
The sticky bandits.
or something you would like you said. you would
No
do.
evidence, motherfucker. Like, you leave nothing behind. That's the whole point.
Mhm. That's how you get caught up.
You
real
don't
quick.
get caught.
See, that's why lady serial killers go so much longer.
Sloppy. I bet there are so many more
What
women
if-
killers out there that we don't even know
What
about.
if it's a chick killing all those guys? You know?
Oh,
What if it's a chick like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? And then she wishes him. And like, oh, you're peeing in the lake? Cool, bro. And then pushes him.
Bro.
Fuck this guy.
Stupid.
One less
Oh,
fucking
maybe.
frat
Oh,
boy.
wait.
Boom.
I don't know. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying that would be a good twist to that, even though it's probably not likely because ladies don't kill as often as guys do because guys are fucked up.
That we know.
That's
That
true.
we
It's
know
all
of,
that
yeah.
fucking testosterone.
And
Ooh,
shit, I had a joke for that.
Ooga
Now I
booga.
ooh.
Damn it. Well, there was a lot. Oh, God damn, what is her name? There was a French lady who killed right after World War II, and she killed like all her family, and then like little pockets of people in town, and she got away with it. She went to trial and got away with it, and she lived until the beginning of the 80s or the end of the 80s.
Oh shit.
So she lived through World War II while France was under occupation. She killed like 30 people.
Is she the one that made soap or soup or something out of them?
I don't think so. She didn't do anything about it. She was very careful. Didn't
Okay.
as soon as they were gone, they were gone. It was all accidents. Looks like it was around her.
Mm.
She collected all the insurance. She collected all the estates of all of the people around her.
I did early in this show, like a year or so ago. I did one where this lady would kill her husband's and her husband's family so that they wouldn't get the money and that her kids would get the money. Like, I don't know. There's bitches out there that do that crazy shit.
It's crazy.
It's a good business plan, I guess. It's a good model. You know,
Bitches are crazy.
can't bring it on to Shark Tank or anything, but you can. Oh, but
Okay, well,
that's it, guys. That's time.
yeah, because we got about a minute and 30 seconds left on Instagram Live. Thank you guys for joining us
Thanks,
this week.
everyone. This was fun.
Like, follow, subscribe, share Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we will see you guys next Thursday night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, ghouls.